What will the government say to the Chinese leadership about the dumping of cheap Chinese steel on the Australian market?
You know, this is a very interesting question, Sabra, and the reason being because Australia obviously is a very significant iron ore exporter. If you look at the value of Australian iron ore exports to China, it's around $38 billion. We've got about 43,000 people that are employed in the iron ore sector that are producing this iron ore, which in large part is being sold to China for the manufacturing of steel. So it's 43,000 Australians who are working in iron ore exports, which are really materially benefiting from China's production of steel. Now, that is in no way, shape or form to erode the very real challenge that faces a company like Arrium. But the most important thing that the Australian government can do for a steel manufacturer like Arrium is make sure that they are as competitive as possible. One of the ways we did that was through the abolition of Labor's carbon tax, which was just another impost on the production of steel in Australia. And I'd note, Sabra, that if Labor and Bill Shorten win the next election, they will reimpose a great big carbon tax on companies like Arrium Steel, which will make them even less competitive and put those jobs and the future resurgence of the company, which I hope can take place, under greater strain than otherwise would be the case.
Your explanation there about mining jobs and how many mining jobs are crucial for the iron export industry seems to be placing a higher value on those jobs
Not at all.
than on the local steelmaking jobs.
No, this isn't a case of picking winners. This isn't a case of saying one job's more important than another. The fact is the coalition has been very focused on job creation, and in large part, Sabra, we've tried to drive job creation through opening up of export markets. The work by the coalition to open up Japan, China and Korea to additional exports has seen job creation in Australia growing at 3 times the rate under the coalition than it was under the Labor Party. I'm simply making the point to you, though, that we've got 43,000 people that are employed in the iron ore sector, and those people are benefiting from being able to export iron ore to countries like China to produce steel. Not for 1 second am I saying one job's more important than the other. I'm simply stating facts around what is a very dynamic, complex marketplace which sees Australian iron ore exports being a key driver of employment and of income for Australia.